This is a book, it's in one sense a theory, but I saw the practice in CLG with Sharon in the department. I saw the effect and the power of the network that we had in the department. And what I'd say was it was important for the BAME community in the department, but it was actually as important, if not more so, for the department itself. And the reason that was the case was it was a positive force to address issues in the department that we needed to deal with. And it was about helping the department deliver the things that were important to the department whilst reflecting the values that we all have about promoting the BAME community. And in the end, if you're a permanent secretary of the department, that's something you should treasure and prize. It won't always be comfortable. We had some tough meetings when we were going through the restructuring of the department, but actually it was immensely valuable. So just one practical example, the network came up with a practical program to mentor and support staff, BAME staff, going through the restructuring. I have no doubt that that was a significant contribution to the fact that we maintained the proportion of BAME staff through that restructuring. I have no doubt at all. So that was a good result for them, and it was a massively good result for us. There isn't a Sharon, you can't replicate Sharon, I've decided. She is unique. But the power of networks can be replicated, actually. So I'm a great, passionate believer of them. They are a voice in the department. They're a way of growing capacity amongst the BAME staff in the department. And they're a way of the department acting in a way that's true to its values and its intentions. And it's great to have the book, and I'm absolutely honoured to be able to write the introduction to it, Sharon. So thank you very much.
So the reason why I wrote the book about this power of staff networks in the first place is because I've been involved in staff networks for a number of years. But the last experience I had when I was in the Department of Communities and Local Government was had the most impact on me as a person. And I learnt some skills that I thought I had already possessed. You know what I mean? I always thought I was good at that, but I learnt from the team around me. I learnt about how to be a negotiator. I found out I was far more political than I realised I was. I learnt that when you're motivated and you're energised, that is contagious. People do buy into that. And so I wanted to write this book, not just say this is my experience, but it's like staff networks are a powerful resource. So if we're going to do staff networks, let's do them the best we can. And I was sharing the experience that I had, things that I've learned from people in this room, and I wanted to capture that and tell that story. So in terms of what I want readers to walk away with, if you are already involved in the staff network, there's a great quote by Alexander the Great. Hold on, I made a note of it, excuse me. And it says, upon the conduct of each depends the fate of all. And I think when you're involved in a staff network, there has to be a reason why you exist. There must be something you want to change. It can't just be about me, I want to look good and all that. There has to be a fundamental change you want to bring to the target group. So I want staff networks to walk away with having the right mindset, thinking through why you want your staff network. What would it look like if it was successful? What would the organisation feel like if you you were a successful staff network. The other thing I want the readers to walk away with is understanding the importance of a solid foundation of your staff network. And when I say solid foundation, I'm talking about the principles embedded, so that when you do go through those adverse times, you know, you won't fall apart, you won't collapse. And if you're a leader or a permanent secretary or a CEO of an organisation, I really want you to understand that the world is changing. And for you to remain competitive, you have to, you want to recruit the best. And the best may not always look like you. So it's thinking through what is it you're trying to do in the organisation. How can you maintain that corporate health? And I'm saying that staff networks can help you do that because of their diversity, their insight and their knowledge.
Well, I thought from that there was an energy, there was a dynamism, there was an determination, and in some cases a ferocity to really go after some of the key issues. And I'm thinking, actually, if you were making a prescription in terms of our current economy and the fact that we are still in recession, that this recovery is still fragile, these green shoots are very, very fragile, what is the contribution that you think staff networks could make to business, to enterprise, to public services that's yet to be realised?
Yet to be realised, or starting to be realised, I would say. I think there's something around organisations being prepared to dig. And dig, as well as being the true sense of the word digging, I'm also going to use it as an acrostic and saying that there has to be a desire. There has to be a desire to embrace the global economy as it is now. It's changing, power is shifting, it's not how it used to be. So there has to be a desire to ensure that you're getting things right, you're recruiting the best, your thought is different to how it used to be, recognising that you may have recruited in your own likeness in the past, but it's time for that to stop, and thinking that through. So I think there has to be a desire for that. The other thing, there has to be intentional. You have to want to do it. You have to do it on purpose, I think. And I think staff networks can go a long way in helping you do that, because they want the same thing as you do, hopefully. And the other thing I would say, and this relates to your contribution to Wendy, is you have to do it with grace. You have to recognise that you're not always going to get it right first time, but that shouldn't prevent you from still wanting to do it. You should still keep digging and still keep searching for that, what you're looking for in terms of having a really diverse, inclusive, healthy organisation. And I think in addition to that, staff networks can help with things like employee engagement. They can do that. They can help expand marketplace reach, by just sharing the information that they're getting from their communities. And they can help the organisation build, for want of a better phrase, cultural competence, shall we say. And really understanding, if you're going to meet with these clients, these patients, these stakeholders, this is what you need to bear in mind. And I think staff network can help with that. If they really tap in and they become really savvy and tune themselves into where the organisation is going, it's a powerful combination.